mid to late 1600s, you had these punches, which were citrusy, boozy drinks. And then fast forward about 150 years, and we were in the middle of the Industrial Revolution, and two things happened. People became more individual, and the second thing was people had less time. You couldn't spend the day lounging about Caligula-like with a big bowl of punch and the other joys of the table. You wanted your cocktail and you wanted it individual, and therefore what happened, the punch basically morphed into what we call a sour. There are many, many sours, the daiquiri, the Tom Collins, the Cosmo, all of those beautiful drinks. So what we're going to do here is, basically the sour is sweet, and what we're going to do here is we have a little bit of honey. Honey and rum go beautifully together. They work in counterpoint because rum in itself is a sugarcane-based distillate to have a different sort of sweetening agent. And so actually this way you've got a trio. You have molasses, you have sugarcane, and you have honey. So we're going to add some honey. We have fresh squeezed lemon juice. Lemon juice. How you get lemon juice is you take a yellow round thing and you cut it in half and you squeeze the juice out of it. It sounds simple. The amount of people who think that fresh squeezed lemon juice, it comes in a plastic container that's sitting shelf stable in the middle of their Jewel, or even in a plastic container in a refrigerator. That is not fresh squeezed lemon juice. You have to take the yellow round thing, cut it in half, and squeeze it, preferably within 4 hours of actually making the drink. So, what we got today was some yellow round things. We cut them in half, we squeezed them, and we have fresh squeezed lemon juice. We're going to add equal parts honey to lemon juice. Because this honey is beautiful and a little bit thick, I'm going to make sure I stir that in. Good noise. And then 1.5 ounces of the Captain Morgan Black. The idea of balance, what happens in balance is you are basically working in 3 dimensions, where you have strong booze, sweet, whatever sort of sugar, tart, citrus. Every time you add a little bit of one, you need to go up on the other ones that you don't want. And then there's, of course, water, which is the unsung ingredient. So unsung that I didn't even bring it up. So if something is too sweet, you add lemon juice. If something is too tart, you add the sugar content. If something is too strong, you add water. If something is not too watery, you add spirit. There are these 4 points that you can always figure out that heart of the cocktail. So, there we go. There was a gentleman, the second greatest, not the second greatest being in line, but there was the first greatest bartender named Jerry Thomas, Professor Jerry Thomas, God bless his soul. The second gentleman, who was an astounding bartender, wrote things down, wrote books, was truly a master at his craft. One day he was making drinks at the bar, and I'm sure it was some beautiful young lady who was sitting there, and she said, "How do I drink this drink?" And he was making a shake and drink. He said, "Drink it while it's still laughing at you." To make it laugh at you, what you have to do is you have to shake it hard. Basically, if you make a drink and there are no little bubbles on top, you have done something wrong. You need to put that back in the shaker and reshake it. So, this is a Boston shaker. I'm not very used to these, so if something goes wildly awry, I'm very sorry. See those bubbles? That's exactly what you want. That drink is not only laughing at you, it might be pointing at you and cheering a little bit in a very, very polite way.